And Baba Tando is standing by. Baba, what's the latest?
Hi, I've got provisional results from the regional FA elections. But before then, the national female rugby team made history at the just-ended Africa Sevens in Tunisia after becoming the first lowest-ranked team to clinch the Challenge Trophy. Now, the Eagles beat highly rated Zambia 21 points to 14 in their last game. The Eagles have presented the Challenge Trophy to Interplus Ghana, one of their main sponsors. Here is a report by Asari Bediakon.
Fresh from winning the Challenge Trophy at the Rugby Africa Women's Sevens, the national female team is grateful to Interplus Ghana for its support in the last few years. The Eagles, who finished 9th on the overall standings in Africa, shrugged off the challenge of Botswana, Kenya and Senegal in Pool A of the competition. After 2 consecutive defeats to Kenya and Senegal, the Eagles defied all odds to defeat Zambia to win the Challenge Trophy. During the presentation of the Challenge Trophy to Interplus Ghana, President of the Ghana Rugby Football Union, Herbert Mensah, was grateful to the plastic pipe giants for their continuous support.
We are a country of takers, we're not a country of givers. If we are prepared to give to our brother and sister, it will improve. If we stop looking for money all the time and we look for goodness, our spirituality is right. I've never asked Isam what is his religion, but his spirituality is so pure that you know that if he can help, he stands up and he helps. And that is one of the reasons why Ghana Rugby is where it is today. Ghana Rugby in 4 years, a lot of people have not understood what we are trying to do. The business model for sports is exactly the same as the business model for business. And that is why in 4 years, Ghana Rugby, I believe, and I may stand to be corrected, is the only sport, team sport, to have won 3 continental trophies.
Chief Executive Officer of Interplus Ghana, Hissam Fakri, congratulated the Eagles and urged them to aim higher.
Rugby is unknown in Ghana, or very few people practice that sport. And we congratulate all of you for having done us proud and bringing cups back to Ghana. Whatever Herbert mentioned that we did is actually quite nothing compared to what he's doing himself. Because at the end of the day, all the time and the passion.
Right about now, let's get into some politics. And football delegates across the country have been voting for representatives for their various or respective regional FAs. Now, voting has ended in almost all of the places, and we have provisional results. I've got Joy Sports Benedict Owusu, who's been monitoring proceedings. He's joining me right now. So, Benedict, it was a very quick and concise exercise. Yeah. I'm sure by now they voted in 10 regions.
Yeah, all the 10 regions.
All 10 regions, not the newly created regions.
No. So what will happen is after normalization, when we have a new leadership of the Football Association, and then they will take steps to adopt the other regions and
the orphan regions. Yeah.
If there will be new elections, but with the 10, voting has just concluded, as you mentioned, and only I think.
First off, did we record any surprises?
Well, the surprises, of course, definitely will come. You look at the Eastern region, for instance. There was a landslide victory there. Linford Asamoah pulled 109 as against 9 for Nana Budu. You know, Nana Budu is someone that many tipped him to win that very place, but he lost 109 as against 9. Rab Jamra also, Rab Jamra finally has been elected as the Brown Hafo. Yeah, RFA chairman. Yes, so Ralph, remember, he lost the last elections to Augustine Asante. Koto has maintained his seat in the Ashanti region. He pulled 41 votes as against 29 for referee retired Oseinsi. And then in the Western regions, Simon Ihuma, he has been elected there. He pulled 47 votes as against James Esidi 28 and Bismarck which is 26. And in the Northern region, Alhaji Abu Al-Hassan Mahamadu had 41 votes with Omar Farouk Karimu polling 22. On and on, Upper West, Alhaji Biyat Sadugu also has maintained that seat, won with 16 as against 11 for the close contender, that's Baba Pele and then Sid Bomisen. But here in Greater Accra, you know, it was Edidoku. No,
yes,
Edidoku, the man who was sitting there now, sorry, And so the race was between Eugene Jakui and Qatar, who is known as
Samuel Abuebiri, yes, and then Reverend Emmanuel Ankama.
Exactly. Yep. But you know, we don't really talk about Reverend Ankama because you always know that was going to be between Qatar and then Eugene Jakwe. And eventually Qatar won it.
Yeah. So Qatar is Samuel Abuebiri.
And he won the with that was like
71 to 49 for Eugene Jacque.
Yeah, he beat Jacque.
I mean, it was quite massive.
So that's the latest in terms of the regional elections. Now that is done, we have 2 more to go. We have the constituent bodies election that will happen next week, Thursday, where we'll have the women representative on the executive council. We'll have the executive council as well, and then next week by this time,
25th of October,
barring any legal suits, whatever, we'll have the main one, that's the presidential election.
But Benedict, quickly, with all of these persons who have been elected, I mean, are we looking at, I'm sure quite some of the old guns were retained, but there are newer faces in there.
Of course. I mean, in terms
is this saying something?
In terms of the old guys that were maintained, I can talk about 2. That's Kotoro for Ashanti region, and for the Upper West, that's Salifu Shaibu Zida. He has also been maintained. What it tells you is that you have to be, very cautious of whatever you do. Now we are breaking away from something that happened 13 years ago.
From the status quo.
Exactly, if we want to correct things. And this clearly tells you that the football community, they've heard what the public has been saying.
They want a wind of change.
They want change. And based on whatever we've seen in this result, we should expect
some surprises,
to happen in the constituent bodies as well as the main election.
Okay, so we told you this is your election headquarters, and it covers every bit of it, even in sports. And so we're giving you all of the updates as they come in. The regional FAs have elected their various chairmen or chairpersons to lead them. We're waiting, as Benedict said, for the constituent bodies election, of course, also for the executive council, and of course for the presidency as well. We'll give you all the updates as and when they come in. But if you want to get details of these results, you should just go onto myjoyonline.com/sports, and all our Twitter handles, all our social media handles. I tweet at the handle at Babatando. Same for Instagram. Benedict, what's your Instagram handle and Twitter?
I'm very active on Twitter. That's at PC Benedict. Instagram is Benedict, but not that active on Instagram.
All right. So Daniel Dazi will be back with World News.
15